Hello everyone. If you happen to catch the first little spout there, I am back again. So say hello. Hopefully I have everything connected this time. So there we go. Okay, I think we're connected now. So again, there we go. For some reason I didn't connect the first time. So I'm Nancy Thompson and createwithnancy.com. I'm an independent demonstrator here in Skaneateles, New York, and I have a bunch of daffodils to share with you today. So if you are joining in, say hello to me and let me know you're here. And I apologize again for the technical difficulties. I was ready today too, but it takes a few minutes to reconnect again, you know, and set everything back up again. Okay, so we've got people, guests joining in. So hello, Shirley and Angela and Stella and Linda. Welcome. Are you ready for some daffodils? While you're waiting to get started, make sure you like, share, and follow me if you're not already. That's just a way of saying thank you and you love the creations I'm doing, okay? And hi, Patty. All right, you're actually getting time to take a minute and watch too. So, okay, everybody. Hi, Gail and Beverly. Welcome, welcome. So, are you ready for daffodils? And before I forget, I'm going to mention this a couple of times. If you're part of my Creative Ink community, I am going to do another special Facebook Live there in the group right after this ends. So it'll just take me a few minutes to kind of reset my desk and connect again. So hopefully 10 minutes or less, okay? I'm going to shoot for 5, but so make sure if you're part of the community that you go over there, and I've got another daffodil idea to share with you as well, okay? So it's all about daffodils. And hi, Jean and Anne and Kathy. Yes, it is time for some cheerful spring. Actually, you know, it wasn't too bad out there earlier today. The temperatures have warmed up, but now it's going to like melt and get a little slick there. So let's move to my desktop because I've got lots to share with you today. So, and I don't want to take up a lot of your time. We're already starting late. So I'm going to show you the daffodil paper first. Okay, so here it's a celebration product and you can get it for free with the first $50 purchase. Okay, if you wanted 2 packs, you just need to spend $100 and you can get a second pack for free as well. But it's beautiful. At first it kind of turned me off because of the darkness of the paper, but after I started working with it, because there's a lot of designs in it that I love, and there's some really neat patterns in here as well. So let's look a little closer at it, okay? So, you know, did you know there's all kinds of daffodil colors? I actually Googled it, and it's amazing the color of daffodils out there. But, you know, the back sides kind of have, you know, a softer pattern, and the front sides are a little bit more, other than this one. These two matched up. So these are the front and the backs of each other. I love the little pear pizzazz hearts. It's just a nice compliment for some of the patterns. And of course, this one's special because this one you could cut it into 6 pieces and get 6 card fronts on it as well, because in the middle is all this dead space that you could add greetings or whatever else that you'd want to, okay? But I love how they're able to pair up with each other well. So that's our Daffodil Afternoon Designer Paper, and it's for Celebration 2022. And look at all the colors that go with it as well. So I'll try to post a picture of this in the community group as well for you to see. Okay, so what else do we need to share? I'm also using this is our January to June 2022 mini catalog, and on page 37 you can see the bundle, the stamp set and the dies that go with this, okay? I love coloring these. These are great to use with your blends or even watercolor pencils or just plain ink if you're using watercolor paper, whatever. Daffodils and jonquils can be very good. I don't know how to pronounce that, Gail, but jonquils must be a spin-off of daffodils is what I'm guessing. So we're using that today, and then I'm also pulling in on my second cards. I've got 2 cards to show you today. The embossing folder, the Love and Happiness embossing folder. Okay, where do I have that? Right here. This is a hybrid folder, and you know what? I need to pull this out here. And we'll talk about that in a little bit, okay? Because we're going to actually pull in the embossing and cut machine and use that as well, okay? But let's go back to the stamp set and dies here, okay? Look at all these dies that come with the daffodil. It kind of overwhelmed me at first, but then I love that these 2 large ones cut out the stamped images, as you can see here. And there's a butterfly die that'll cut out the butterflies as well. But let me show you. I kind of created this, and this will be in my community group as well, this little template. So here is where I've kind of laid out all the different dies and how to piece these together. This is like your little bud here. I don't really know what this is, so if anybody knows what this is, let me know. I can't quite, I thought it might go like inside the flower bud here, but it just doesn't look right. I need to like look at some other samples online, and I haven't had a chance to do it. But you can see, like, if you wanted to make this big full flower, that the different pieces you need to cut for it. And these kind of can line up as I've done on this one here, okay? The butterfly is a little tricky. See this little tiny piece right here? It took me a little bit to think about what that was for, but as you can see, it goes into the center of the butterfly. Isn't that so cool? And then this flower here, I wasn't sure what this part was for, but after playing with it a while and looking at other samples online, this kind of laid underneath this part here, okay? So they've got the outline, and then these 2 get layered for a contrasting color. And obviously this could be like the green part, and then this would be, or not, it could be the flower part, but you could make this kind of leafy. And this, I mean, daffodils are all kinds of different colors and styles. Sometimes just the cone part is a color, and then this is, you know, like a lighter, softer color, okay? They're like 2-toned. So you can have fun playing around and kind of make up whatever idea you really want. So this is going to be posted in the community group for you later on today, okay? And so I think we've talked about the dies, and I love that they've given us duplicates of these as well, because, you know, you need 2 of these to go together, and that just cuts down on our time, right? So we've got more time to make more crafting. So, and there's also 2 of these. There's only 1 of the buds, and we have like all, you know, all the different stems, and there's also 2 sets of the center part of the flower, like this as well, okay? So it's really cool that they've given us so many of these extra dies to make our crafting time so much easier. Excuse me. So when you're using the dies, okay, when I first cut out my first run through the machine, I just ran it through with cardstock. But then after using the Tombow multi-purpose glue, that was a messy mess, okay? So my suggestion is that you use our adhesive sheets that we have in our catalog. They're in the annual catalog, and these work great. And you could even use scrap pieces, because I don't know if I have any scrap here in front of me. Where do I have scrap? I had some like little skinny, no, these aren't it. I had some pieces that were like about 1 inch wide, And I just, you can see where I've got my strips. So I had like little skinny scrap strips that I had from a leftover project. I just laid them across. I mean, you don't need this big of a piece, but if you're making, you know, a couple of flowers, you're going to want to use like a half a sheet of cardstock, okay? Excuse me, I got a tickle all of a sudden. So yeah, so if you're making like 2 flowers, you're going to want to definitely do the whole half sheet. Okay, so just a tip, and even like if you're using two-tone, I kind of did that because I was doing the two-tone look, and I think it's fine that you alternate oh lordy, your different colors. Like you know, the highlights could have been the pale papaya versus the vanilla. Okay, so just play around with it and just have fun with it. Okay, so that's my tip on using what adhesive to use with the dies, okay, when you're cutting out as well. Okay, so what are we doing? Our first card is so simple, and it's an easy and quick layout. We've done this before. Just some designer paper here, okay, where I've got, this is 3 3/4 wide. The top piece is 3 inches, the bottom piece is 2 inches. Simple. Create a belly band and pop up an image, okay? So let's get making that, okay? And I need to mute my phone here. Sorry about that. So I've got some basic black that I'm layering with, and we're going to take our 2 pieces, 3 inches, maybe this is only 1.5 inches. No, it's 2 inches. Let me just double check. 1, 2, 3. Yep, 3 and 2. So you can see, remember that one design I was showing you that takes up the whole thing? So that's the other part of that. So we're going to put adhesive on these. And I like to only use 1/8 of an inch when I'm making my mat bigger. So look at your design, make sure you've got your pattern going appropriately. So I like to just kind of start. I'm not going to worry about whether it's going to meet in the middle. I really want the outside of my perimeter to have a nice nice even border. Okay, actually they met up really perfectly. So there's that. Now we're going to add a belly band. Okay, I'm going to call it a belly band. This is a piece of Pear Pizzazz, and I am going to use my grid here. So I make sure I get this. Whoops. Yikes. Oh, rats. I guess that'll be okay. Make sure I get this even. I'm just going to, I lined up, you know, a solid line with my middle seam there. Okay. And then I'm going to just go 1/4 inch over. I'm going to use my 1/4 inch line there and up here as well. So I can get a nice straight belly band, okay? Because I like to be level. Okay, I've already started to color with my blends. So let me see if I can zoom in just a little bit more for you. Okay, and let's see, there we go. Okay, so we've colored with the Old Olive, and this one I really wanted to show this one because I've used several colors with this, and I wanted to kind of show you my coloring with this. Okay, so we've got our Old Olive here, and we're also using Pale Papaya, Light and Dark, and then Fresh Freesia. Oh wait, Flirty Flamingo, excuse me, Flirty Flamingo, Light and Dark as well. So the Flirty Flamingo is going to be the top part of my flower here. And I always love to use the bullet end. I'm calling it the bullet end, all right? The more fine tip end. And I'm going to just highlight this here. And also maybe do some highlights as well, okay? And I'm going to pull in my Flirty Flamingo and just blend this top part a little bit so I get that two-tone effect, okay? And if you feel like you need to go back and highlight again, you could do that, okay? which I think I'm going to just kind of make them a little bit more pronounced. Okay, there's the top of our flower. Okay, so the pale papaya, we are going to, yes, Patty, yes, you need to make sure you keep this layout idea as a really good layout, like in your, whoops, I'm not paying attention. So I'm going to highlight the petals down here, okay, with the dark pale papaya. And I'm going to go in with my lighter papaya and blend in the rest of the leaf, which I think I overdid it on the dark a little bit, okay? So it's okay to use, you know, multiple colors on your flower. So let's go in with this again, because I wasn't doing a very good job of being careful. Okay, I think that looks good. Look at that. There we go. Isn't that pretty? Just so different. Okay, so we've got that. So let's pull in, I cut out a piece of crumb cake from our Tasteful Label dies, and I know, yes, I knew I had dimensionals on my desktop. Let's see, I have it on the wrong side. So there is a right side and a wrong side to the dies, at least on these, because it gives it that little, you see that little tiny embossed edge on it, the dry embossed edge. There we go. Okay, so it just gives that another little extra touch there. All right, we need a little trash bowl here, so let's add this right here. We're gonna put this here, and then we're gonna stamp. I'm gonna stamp this before I forget. So I'm pulling in some words from that Special Moment stamp set. That's another celebration. This one says, just a little high from me. Okay, make sure I'm straight. There we go. And I love the variety in that set. I can't get enough of it. And then this is going to go on our card base. I'm using thick vanilla. I've been trying to remember to start using thick vanilla on a card base. So don't be afraid to remember that we have thick vanilla in our catalog, okay? It just gives so much stability to your card front cards. All right, so this I'm actually not going to dimensionalize. Can you believe it? So because we got dimensionals here, and then I also want to pull in some dimensionals here as well, and I want to grab some mini ones. I gotta find some minis. I know I've got some here in my little stash. So let's grab a few minis, because I want some down towards the edge here, these smaller areas. And then we'll add in some of these. So who is loving the daffodils? Who has the daffodil paper already? Who's ready to order so they can get the daffodil paper? That's your biggest question. Okay, so almost a beveled edge. It is. It's a soft, subtle bevel edge, Gail, which is kind of neat. And hi, Colleen. Thanks for joining in today. So we're simply going to add this here. So what do you think? Does that flower look pretty, mimic that pretty good? You know, I could have left it white, but I don't know. It's close in the color scheme. So there's that. So let's add, we're going to add some linen thread to this with a bow. And because it's just, it's soft enough. Find the glue dots here. I'm going to fold that back so it doesn't show. And there's like a little hole here, and I'm going to just stick my bow there. So it might help with it going through the mail a little better. Okay, add a little less bulk so that mail person doesn't fuss about it. Okay, there we go. Okay, so, but we can add a little bling though, don't you think? So let's pull in these brass butterflies. Don't you think these are perfect to go with accessorizing the daffodils? So okay, you can use this without it, but or you could really, Patty says she's got the DSP but not the dies yet, but I really think this paper is versatile enough that you could find, it could even be a daisy, like if you have the daisy stamp set as well, to put on here. You could just do, you know, just think outside of the box, maybe what you have, and see what you can incorporate with it. Okay. All right, these are tiny, and let's see, I gotta turn it because I'm not sure. There we go. So we've got two little butterflies on there. Okay. There we go. Okay, I'm glad you guys love this. It's such an easy card to make. So let's do our envelope flap. I mean, I can you can stamp on it, okay? If you're going to stamp on your envelope and then color it in with blends, what should you do? You should take a piece of scrap and insert it into your envelope. You can stamp it first, and then, but before you color with your blends, insert it so it gives a little bit of a layer, so it doesn't bleed through to the back side of your envelope, okay? And so let's grab the Tombow glue here, okay? And let's add some glue. Bump, bump. There we go. Okay. And this is going to be a pretty little flap, okay? So give it a quick haircut here. And then I'll show you, I've got two other samples. So anybody who places an order this week, last week was the Sunshine and Rainbow designer paper. Many of you got that, will be getting that, those 6 cards for free. Soon the packets are ready. I just need to bag it all up, okay, and notify everybody. So there's our card number 1. Here we've done the same type of layout. This one is a Daffodil Delight flower that I paired it with. And then this one uses just plain flirty flamingo. But there's lots of colors in here that you could highlight your flower with and color with, okay? Okay, so there you go. There's your first card idea. Okay, and some lucky person's gonna get this one today for being a comment winner. And also, when I post about you being a comment winner, there's a couple that haven't responded for their addresses because I might not have your address. So in order for me to get these to you, I really need you to private message me. You can email me, or also, you know, instant message me as well to let me know what your address is, okay? Okay. Oh, let me show you what I did too. So I kind of like, while I'm playing, once I made the card and decided what my colors were, I just took and made up a little cheat sheet. So when I want to go back and make another one in a little bit, I remember, okay, what colors did I really use? Especially this one here, because I used 2 different shades. It kind of helps you remembering. You could keep it with in your stamps as well, just kind of like slide it in the case, you know, even if it's just slide it into the front cover here, and then you've always got it. You know, when you find some you know, color combinations that you love using a specific set, I would just keep it. Make yourself a cheat sheet. Okay, so let's go on to, we're going to use the dies now, okay? And so let's pull that in. First of all, we are going to, I'm going to bring in the cut and emboss machine, okay? And let me zoom back out again. Whoops, let's go the other way. There we go. There we go. Okay, I think we're zoomed all the way out. So we got to use, because this is a hybrid folder, 3D, we need plate number 1 and our plate number 4, okay? 1 and 4. That's all you need, plus the folder, okay? Let me find my material. So let's see. I think I'm going to leave the end result till we're all done. How's that? So I've got a piece of designer paper here, and we're going to use this and this. So what I've done, this is a little tricky, okay? There's not a good way to do this, okay? I'm going to, there's like a little groove in the embossing folder, okay? And it just kind of sits down in there really firm. But I can't like center my paper this way upside down. So I just kind of like hold this in place a little bit, flip my folder over, and kind of center it from side to side and decide how far down I want it to go without, you know, kind of holding that heart into place. And then just kind of be very careful about closing your embossing folder. Now I can double check again. Yep, I want to be that far down, and I look good side to side. Okay. Now let's put our plate through here, and I'll try not to wiggle the camera. Okay. So I hope this is another great tip for you as well on how to use that embossing folder with ease. Okay, so we're done with that. So think about using your designer paper to emboss too. It just, oh yeah, it does cut it out. What I got nervous there for a minute. Okay, so the heart, you don't have to cut it out unless you really want to. And do I have, what do I have? I was looking for, I know I have a piece, but I can't find it on my desk. Let me see here. Do I have it in here? I don't. I got samples all over the place. Okay, so, but you don't have to cut it out. It would just leave it in place and just leave like a nice embossed image around the heart as well. Okay, maybe if I in the next Facebook Live, in the community group, I'll try to show that. Okay, so we've got, look at the nice embossed texture we've got on that designer paper. I mean, it'll work with some and won't work with others. Okay, so it just depends on the design of your paper and what you want to use. So we're pulling in pale papaya cardstock, and we've got some thick vanilla for our base again. So what I want to do is kind of create like a peekaboo look, okay? So I want just kind of like, instead of like it being just on pale papaya, I want a little bit more texture here as well, okay? So we're going to just, you could make this like a shaker card as well, but I don't know, I just, they're fun. But going through the mail, shaker cards are a little bit trickier with doing that because they're so thick. I don't like the thickness of the dimensional shapes that we have. So I'm going to just put adhesive on the outer edges, okay, because it should not touch. And this is just going to fit perfectly from side to side is what I did. Maybe not. I got to trim just a hair off, okay? So could be the embossing folder kind of flattens out, shrinks up your paper a little bit. So we've got that. And then we're going to put this onto and be careful. Designer paper, once it's embossed, it gets a little like your adhesive wants to stick to it as well for some reason, because the fibers in the paper are broken down, so it just makes it a softer paper to use. So we're simply going to add this onto here, okay? So there's part of our card, and we can add some dimensionals to this. Yes, here we go. So let's add some dimensionals. Okay. Oh, I love seeing all the hearts that are going on. Thank you, guys. Yes, hearts are great. Whoops. Let's, we got one too many here. So, so if you're watching, if you're a first-time viewer watching, I do have a Creative Ink community group that I'm trying to get a little better at sharing over there, and different ideas for you. So, okay, so there's part of our base, all right? So let's add in some of these daffodils we're talking about. So I've already ran them through the emboss and cut machine, and I've got the adhesive already on the back side, okay? This one's already done, so hopefully, so even though like there's some like missing, you guys see that okay? Where there's parts not missing, that's totally fine. So hopefully I can peel this adhesive off okay. If you have trouble lifting it, maybe use like the pick tool as well, and to remove the adhesive. So there is a right way and a wrong way for these petals. Do I have this right? I think maybe like this. There's definitely a distinct shape on your petal veins, okay? Yes, yeah, the hybrid embossing folders are kind of fun to use. So let's peel this off. And I probably didn't really need to do this big petal with adhesive, but definitely these smaller fine ones, definitely adhesive. Okay, so we've got this, and let's just get rid of these. So there's my little thing for my butterfly. Let's finish building our flowers. So this kind of comes together. I'm going to pop this out so we see that dimension on this flower, and can get rid of this adhesive. One little piece over here. Yikes. Sticking to my fingers. But yeah, the sheets are so much better than using that Tombow glue because they're so tiny. There we go. And the parts are tiny to try to get just that fine tip on. So kind of play with this a little bit to decide where you want this to go before you take your adhesive or put adhesive on it. Okay, I think I'm going to go like that. And I did one with a dimensional, and I don't think I like that as well. It does, I think it gives it a little too much of a lift. Okay, so there we go. So there's our flower right there. And we are going to I'm going to just kind of, oops, I almost forgot about this. We're going to add this as well to the back side. So we've got a little bit of greenery there. And I'm not going to take these off, but let's just take a little bit of, well, maybe I will just take it off. Let's see. Let's turn this back over, and let's put this back in the middle. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of set that there because I should stamp. I should have done that before I put the dimensionals on, but I think we'll still be safe. Okay. Let's make sure my words are going right. There we go. Whew. Okay, we got that done. Just a little high from me. Okay, let's layer up our butterfly because we need a little balance here. So let's add our butterfly to this. And you could really leave it just like that, having the butterfly, but then, because this little guy, if you have big fingers like me, it's hard to handle. And there we go. So give you a close-up. There's our butterfly right there. So let's stick this on. Yep. And just kind of go like that. Okay, so let's add, I need some Tombow glue on the back side because I didn't put adhesive on this. So let's add some Tombow to there. And there we go. Okay, what do you guys think? How's that look? But I think we're gonna, oh, that's what I forgot. That's what I was going to. We're gonna add a bow. We're gonna add a bow, and we have some bling. So I was gonna play with this a little bit. I think that'll be okay there. My bow is being finicky today, so let's add a glue dot, and then we'll finish it off with some bling. And so what kind of bling do you think we're gonna add to this today? Anybody got any suggestions? Okay, Linda keeps tweezers to help with that. That's a good idea. And hi, Elizabeth. Thanks for joining. Glad to see you here. So we've got that right there. I'm not sure if I pointed out this little leafy guy. It could be like leaves, or it could, I'm making it leaves, or it could be more of a petal as well. Okay, this is just two coordinating things, these two shapes here. Okay, and this could be used on another card. All right, this pop out heart. So you might see a post with something like that. So let's trim this. Okay, so anybody got any bling suggestions? I've already picked something out, but it never hurts to hear what you think as well. Okay, I always love to hear what your guys' ideas. What words are their sets from? This is that Celebration set, $100 level. Yeah, what's it called? Special Moments. I said it earlier. I just had a brain freeze there. So, okay, well, I'm waiting for you guys to tell me what your bling choice would be. We will do the envelope, and then I'll show you the bling, okay? And then I've got one more project to share with you, okay? That I want for you to start thinking about Valentine's Day or any time of the year. Okay, so here we go. So here's that beautiful plaid, springy plaid type paper. You could use a heart on inside of your card, yup. But let's talk bling. What bling would you use? What embellishment would you use? Oh yeah, you could use the heart inside your card. Good idea, Colleen. Now my mind's working the way you're thinking. Could easily go on the inside of my card. Yep. Bump, bump. But I think I would probably, I might stamp like a, you could put it on the inside of your card if you wanted to. But I probably would stamp like another daffodil. Okay. Okay, so, all right. I love that paper. Oh, hi, Ellen. Welcome. So nobody said anything about bling. So I'm going to add some basic pearls. I don't use these enough. So these have been just, this is how old this package is. This is our old packaging. So it's time for me to bling out with pearls. So we are going to do lots of pearls here. Now I got to just make sure. Let me see if I can get this to come out a little bit. Okay, so these little tiny pearls I thought would just be lovely. Okay, so the hardest part is just kind of thinking of having a nice pattern, you know, doing this so they look spaced out enough, but look nice. So okay, so we're using lots and lots of pearls here. Whoops. Okay, there we go. My putty is not wanting to cooperate. So let's go down here, but I think we need another one up here. Right there. Okay. Somebody counting the pearls, let me know how many I put in. Yes, the pearls, you can color them Butterflies would be pretty too. Maybe I don't know. We'll have to see when we're done. Might be able to add in a butterfly as well, Ellen. That's a good idea too. Let's see. I hope that's not too close. I think that's probably good. There we go. Just a couple more here. I don't know. You think that's enough? What do you guys think? I don't know if I don't think I need one down there in that corner. So how many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 pearls. Wow. That's a lot of bling, right? So yes, butterflies would be cool. So let's bring in the butterflies and let's see if I can pick this up with this. Oops. Let me see here. Okay, let's go over there and then see if we can pick up. Been watching, just got in to check. Hey, Kathy, welcome. Okay, I'm glad you guys are liking this. And let's put another one over here. Okay, I think that's enough. What do you guys think? I think we overdid it. So there's our second project here and the matching envelope. Here's my first one. So I think they're pretty similar, but I think I might add the butterflies in there. Yeah, I think I like it. So did I do anything inside? Let's check. Oh, I did. So what I did is because I didn't want my flower to show through. Let me get rid of Linda's comment there. I colored and die cut a flower and just pasted it inside there. And I think I'll leave the inside blank because it's just a little high for me, so I can write a message in it, or one of you lucky guys are going to get this. That's it. Top of the flower with butterfly. Oh, that would be good too. So see this one. See how I dimensionalize this flower top? So what do you guys think? Do you like it with a dimensional or without? Can you tell the difference? Can you see, like, I almost think I like it flatter. I don't know. I wish the dimensionals were just a little bit thinner, but all right. So let me show you this other project I want you to be aware of, because this is while supplies last. And where did I put it? Oh, right here. Oh, I got some more stuff to show you. Okay, so I did a couple swaps this past month. So here's a couple ideas I wanted to share with you that I received from swaps using the Daffodil Paper. This one's from Lori Krause from Michigan. So she kind of made the focal point with the retired layering ovals there, and then added a touch of that pink ribbon. Here's this one here. This one's a sympathy card, and this one's from Cara Payzant, hopefully I'm pronouncing it right. So she kind of made like this split little image there, which is kind of a neat little thing. Okay. And then this is like another classic type design. This is from, I don't see her first name, it's just Dawn's Creative Chalet is what that is. So that uses just I think that's Flirty Flamingo cardstock there. Okay, or it's one of the pinks. It could be it's not Magenta Madness, it's the other one. So anyway, so those are the ideas swap cards I got. But here are these little Kisses and Hugs mini treat boxes. I wanted to just kind of share these with you to make sure you knew what they were. So this is an add-on to the January celebration kit, okay? There's 20 of these little boxes here, okay, that you get in the kit, as well as, and they're just all pre-scored and everything. So if you need some last minute Valentine treats, or maybe you have a wedding coming up, or maybe a special 50th anniversary or some special event, these make great cute little favors. They have the gold twines included in your kit, and these hearts as well, so you can just pop them together and fill them with any little thing that you want. It could be like little jars of honey would fit in there, or jam, or candy, whatever little treat that you need to give to somebody. And the twine is there as well. The gold cording is there. So kind of little fun boxes. So if you need help, if you're not a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, reach out to me and I'll tell you how you can get these, okay? It's only $10 for a package of 20. So not a bad deal. The add-on kits are awesome. So you don't even really need the stamp set to go with it, okay? So that's what I got to share with you today. So is this in the catalog? No, it's only online, Patty, if that's what you're referring to. So yes, it is, Ellen. So this is the add-on for the January kit. It's available now, and I'm waiting for our January kit to come in the mail, okay? But these just make great treats for any time of the year with somebody. So yeah. So if you need to order anything, you can go to my createwithnancy.com and hit the shop now button, okay? Especially if you want that Daffodil Delight designer paper, anything, any product that you're still wanting. Maybe you want that special moment stamp set as well, okay? Yes, these would be perfect little honey jars. Does Mary Hat have? No, she doesn't do the tiny jars. Not unless somebody like ahead of time really wanted them for a special occasion, because sometimes you don't know what the sugar content is in the honey as well, and you know it like gets sugary really fast sometimes. No, she doesn't. Only I think she did it for a friend who wanted some little jars, and that was like a special order because it's more expensive to do that. Those little jars are tiny and kind of pricey. So so also here is come find my creative ink community online if you want to get in that private Facebook group, okay? Come in and share your creative ideas as well, and join in some of the talk, okay? That's where I'm going to list, you know, I'm trying to add special projects in there as well for everybody to enjoy, okay? And don't forget that also, let me see here, I'm hitting the wrong thing here. When you place an order, I hit the wrong button. Hold on, guys. When you place an order, you're going to get this January tutorial bundle. So those will be going out to those who ordered this past week. You're going to get that for free. It's a this month's, there's 28 projects. It's a PDF tutorial for you to use any, you know, to be inspired with projects and everything. It's all current stuff. I think most of the projects are from the mini catalog. So so anyways, and what else do I want to talk about? So yes, so if you're not part of my newsletter as well, make sure you are subscribed to my newsletter as well, okay? That's how I've been adding bonus tutorials in there as well for you. So I think that's it. So if you're in the community, I'm going to clean off my desk and kind of set up for the next project that I've got to share with you. And I'll be there in just like 10 minutes or less. Okay, everybody, have an awesome week. And we will see you next Wednesday for some more creativity. Bye-bye.